This week, for the first time ever, my guest shares her story of domestic violence in hopes of raising awareness. Thank you for joining us for another episode of A Letter To, where we discuss matters of the heart. And today is a little different from any other episode that we've done so far. But as we know, this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month regarding that. So that's where we are today. And I have a special guest with us today. Special guest, will you tell us who you are?
Yes, my name is Renee Green. I am a mother of three. I am currently now a health service director at an assisted living facility, which I've been a nurse for over 30 years.
Ooh, a nurse for 30 years?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Come on, mama. Come on, mama. You take patients, you said, in what type of facility?
Assisted living. I started out in a brain injury and spinal cord
Okay.
rehab, and then I worked for the University of Buffalo. And then when God sent me to Texas,
Yeah.
I did assisted living.
Okay, so you guys are from New York. Come on, I really want to go to New York, but this is not about that. That's for another episode about places I want to go. Okay, London's the one. I just want to throw that in there. If you're watching and you're a sponsor and you would like to sponsor me coming to London, God bless you in advance. Um, yeah, so I wanted to kind of talk about this because it's near and dear to my heart as far as domestic violence is concerned because you probably wouldn't know it to look at me because I probably look like I'll slap somebody, like right now I would, but I got caught up in a situation and I was myself in a domestic violence relationship. And I don't speak much to it, but when someone does my interview, it's a lot about me that I'm gonna have to unfold that I've yet to do. But it's a very sensitive subject for me as well, but I would like to shed some light on it because in the world that we live in, it's just so much of it now, and so much of it now, so to where I remember then. I just share a little bit about it when I was in the relationship. Back then, if somebody said, if you leave me, I'll kill you. They just was talking. you know, you would be, they would instill fear. Of course, it's a part of the instilling fear that they do. But I think a lot of it was just maybe talk. I mean, but now if they say it, yeah. And so people get caught up into those relationships, and for whatever reason, being a victim of it, I've heard a lot that people say it could never be me. You don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that alone because you don't know. No one goes into a relationship thinking that it could be them. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about you, Miss Renee. Can you share with us today? I want to make sure I stick to my script. But can you share with us today a little bit about you and your life and just how the relationship started uh, with the individual that you had your experience with?
Um, like with most relationships, it started out very good. Um, we were dating, became really close, um, moved in together,
Okay.
um, and then some life changes that occurred in his life
Mhm.
um, began to change his mood and how he spoke to me and how he communicated with me. And then with me progressing
Mhm.
forward in my career and getting opportunities, um, I feel that the balance became off
Okay.
and he couldn't handle me progressing.
Okay.
And with even encouraging him to progress and to find his own lane
Mhm.
to succeed,
Right.
um, that didn't go.
Mm.
And so
Okay.
that's how it started.
So basically, you started to because sometimes you don't even see the characteristics changing that much. It's like a subtlety to it. You can't even. where did the light turn? Who turned the light switch on? And how did I miss something happen between getting into the car and you starting the car? How did this shift? So it's like you don't even recognize what happened to make this person
Mhm.
like start changing towards you. So you were getting your career was going good. It started off with conversation. So his conversation changed or the way he talked to you. So there is. I'm saying that for a reason because there are levels that they do
Yes.
that an abuser will do before they become physically abusive. Um, there are levels to it. So it's not like a Ike Turner thing. You just
No.
but even with her, there were levels to that. So don't let me use them as an example. But what I'm saying is, I concur with you. It's not like automatically physical. There's a shift in their attitude. So when you notice the shift in the attitude, um, talk about that.
Um, it started to be more controlling,
Okay.
um, where he became more verbally aggressive. So it started out a little bit here and there, um, questioning why.
Mhm.
I had to give an explanation for everything.
Right.
And then it was crazy because then it became a shift that, you feel confident going into the relationship about yourself. You
Hmm.
know yourself.
Right.
I was very confident in myself, very loving myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I felt he had to belittle me
Hmm.
to knock me down some
Right.
and to lose some of my self confidence. So that's where it started. You can begin to start to see the snowball. He began to just verbally abusive.
Okay.
So the verbally abusive started to get more. It's funny because I was thin
Hmm.
and tall. Um, and so to attack that, I was very sensitive
Yeah.
about, my looks. And so that's where he targeted in at was my outer
Hmm.
appearance. And so
Wow.
that's where he first started to verbally, aggressively do that. And then,
Let me ask you a question. So, was that something that you expressed before? Like it bothered you that you were tall and that you were slender, and had that been like a part of a conversation? Did he know that that was like a self-esteem issue for you?
no.
And I say that for a purpose because it's like you didn't say anything, but because the enemy is working in that individual, the enemy knows,
Mhm.
what it takes uh, to get you in a place too. And
Mhm.
so, if you don't think you're um, like, your shape is not that good, or you don't think you're like the prettiest, the enemy knows that.
Mhm.
And so, of course, the first thing that an abuser will try to do is to take away your power.
Mhm.
And confidence is a power source. And so he's going to try to strip you of any power that you have. So that's the first tactic. Yeah, to work on your confidence. Yeah. And the verbal abuse begins first. Um, Again, you're speaking to someone that was a partaker, not a partaker, but was a victim of it as well. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. Um, so I have another question though, because me being having to experience that. Did you grow up with your father in your life? Did you grow up, like with brothers or like strong people that could, that you have like a tribe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I'm a daddy's girl,
Okay.
but I had a close relationship with both my parents.
Okay.
I have three sisters.
Hmm.
Um, I grew up, even my outer family, my aunts, uncles. I mean, we were that family that had family reunions. We were all there. When my parents went together, like all of them got together, all the kids was there.
Hmm.
We just had that. I hate to say it, but for me, it's like that storybook. So
Oh wow.
so any kind of negative
Yeah.
or anything like that, that was something new to me
Okay.
because we were never treated that way by our parents.
Right. Right.
We were always shown love. They were always supportive.
Mm-hmm.
We could always come to our parents and say whatever, whatever was on our mind,
Yes.
whether it wanted to be a now or if it
Right.
was a love. It was just something that was balanced out. And
Okay.
so
So you had a tribe. You had
mhm,
a village of people. You knew you were raised with your father, and you had a tribe of people. So you didn't have any brothers, just all girls.
all girls.
All girls. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the verbal abuse began, or just
Mhm.
the tearing you down began, and of course that messed with your self esteem. But okay, so it began, and you were still a part of the relationship. When did another shift occur?
Um, a little more shifted in his life. And
Okay.
so then he began to use.
Okay.
And so the drugs knocked it up another level.
Yeah, I think it's always an influence because the guy I dated, when he drank, it's like he became another man, literally. Fun guy, fun loving guy. I believe he really could have been a soul winner for Christ because people just loved him. But when he drank, it's like he became another person. So drugs influence his behavior as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So you find yourself in this abusive situation, verbal abuse, and of course you said as he began to use, it got escalated.
Mhm.
So just how long were you in the abusive relationship?